Good evening, viewers. You're tuned in to ICRT, keeping you informed.
ICRT!
The Cabinet has announced its major policy aims for next year. According to the Cabinet, the policy aims will be putting more emphasis on threats posed by China when compared with this year's aims. And the Cabinet says it will be stepping up countermeasures against spying and infiltration as part of government efforts to better counter threats from China's United Front strategies. The 2026 policy also seeks to promote President Lai Ching-te's 17 strategies, which are aimed at countering Beijing's influencing operations and to boost the defence budget to 3% of GDP. The policy will also strengthen national security laws to preempt United Front infiltration and cognitive warfare, and will boost cooperation with Taiwan-friendly countries in high-tech industrial developments and supply chains. And the Cabinet says it will develop asymmetric warfare capabilities, enhance defence resilience, boost the military's reserve force, and improve capacity in addressing grey zone intrusions based on a resolute defence multi-domain deterrence strategy.
Policy aims. Countermeasures. Infiltration. United Front. Defense budget. Cognitive warfare. Asymmetric warfare.
Taipei has moved up 5 places from last year in the annual Oxford Economics Global Cities Index and is now ranked the 60th best city in the world for 2025. The annual index evaluated 1,000 of the world's most populated metropolises. The rankings are based on 5 indices, those being economics, human capital, quality of life, environment, and governance. Taipei this year has been ranked 263rd in economics, 44th in human capital, 15th in quality of life, 284th for environment, and 75th in governance. 5 other Taiwan cities made the list this year. Hsinchu was 201st, Taichung came in 223rd, Kaohsiung was 231st, Tainan was 270th, and Jiayi City rounded out the Taiwan cities coming in rankings at 377th. In Asia, Seoul was ranked 15th, Singapore was 21st, and Hong Kong was 72nd. However, New York maintained the overall top spot this year, and that was followed by London, Paris, San Jose, and Seattle.
Ranking. Index. Indices. Metropolis. Human capital. Quality of life. Governance.
The Food and Drug Administration says it has destroyed more than 1,600 kilograms of Chinese star anise at the border found to contain the banned Sudan red food dye. The FDA also stopped another large shipment of Chinese star anise with too much pesticide residues. Both shipments were either destroyed or returned and did not reach Taiwan's market. Officials say they will continue 100% inspections of Chinese spices and other products at the border until the end of the year. The FDA also found 3 shipments of fresh Vietnamese durians with high levels of heavy metals and pesticide residues. More than 20,000 kilograms were ordered to be returned or destroyed.
Food and Drug Administration. Destroy. Shipment. Pesticide. Inspection. Banned. Heavy metals.
At TSMC's annual shareholders meeting Tuesday, Chairman C.C. Wei said tariffs have only an indirect impact on TSMC's business. He noted that strong AI demand will help TSMC's US dollar revenue grow by 24 to 26% this year, but a global economic downturn is the real worry. In the first quarter, TSMC made 839.25 billion NT with earnings per share at 13.94 NT. Second quarter revenue is expected to reach up to $292 billion. Wei said strong AI demand and a recovery in other markets will boost TSMC's performance. Wei also promises full support for green energy, even if it costs more. He addressed concerns about tech leaks as TSMC builds more factories overseas, saying TSMC's technology is safe because it involves years of hard work by tens of thousands of engineers. Wei is confident that this technology cannot be stolen or leaked. In response to foreign media rumors that TSMC might build a factory in the Middle East, Wei said firmly no. He joked that the next question might be about Africa. Wei agreed with shareholders that TSMC will remain a Taiwanese company even as it expands globally.
Indirect impact. Revenue. Earnings per share. Economic downturn. Technology leak. Shareholder.
Tech media reports suggest Google is preparing to release Android 16 on June 3rd, though Google has yet to officially confirm the date. The company has moved its typical release window from fall to earlier in the year to help hardware makers prepare for the year-end sales peak season. Although all Android devices will eventually receive the update, Pixel users will be the first to benefit. One key feature is the expanded integration of Google's AI assistant, Gemini. In addition, Gemini will be introduced to Wear OS smartwatches in the coming months, enabling users to activate it through voice commands when typing isn't convenient. Gemini will also expand to Android Auto, allowing natural voice interactions, such as summarizing news during commutes so drivers can stay focused on the road.
Release. Integration. Hardware makers. Voice commands. Convenient. Summarize.
China has blasted the US for issuing AI chip export control guidelines, stopping the sale of chip design software to China, and planning to revoke Chinese student visas. The Commerce Ministry said the moves violated the consensus reached at talks last month in Geneva. In those talks, the nations agreed to radically reduce astronomically high tariffs on each other's exports. China threatened unspecified retaliation in the statement issued Monday. Both countries are in a race to develop advanced technologies such as artificial intelligence, with Washington seeking to curb China's access to the most advanced computer chips.
Export control. Consensus. Retaliation. Astronomically. Curb. Advanced technologies.
More pet owners in Taiwan are turning to AI-powered gadgets to care for their pets. A study from Hong Kong University shows ownership of such gadgets rose from 74.5% in 2023 to 76.8% in 2024. Automatic feeders saw the biggest jump from 17.6% to 20.7%, indicating that busy lifestyles are driving demand for automated solutions. The findings were shared at the university's International Symposium on Elderly and Companion Animal Care, which featured experts from the US, Japan, South Korea, as well as Taiwan. Topics included senior pet health, natural medicine, and aligning Taiwan's pet industry with global trends. University President Su Hongyi highlighted that over 65% of participants were from the pet industry, reinforcing the event's growing influence as a key industry gathering.
AI-powered. Automatic feeder. Companion animal. Symposium. Natural medicine. Trend.
The Taiwan Railways Administration is running specialty trips with its Queen of Steam locomotive this summer. The TRA says the CT-273 steam locomotive pulling 6 Juguang Express carriages will operate for 3 trips between Yuli and Taidong in July and August. The annual tradition began in 2013 to celebrate the one-year anniversary of the TRA's CK124 steam locomotive forging a sister engine partnership with Japan Railway's Hokkaido C11 steam engine. This year, the TRA says passengers can enjoy promotional activities on board and at stations, as well as a special souvenir on the day of their trip. Tickets for the trips go on sale June 6.
Steam locomotive. Carriage. Tradition. Souvenir. Promotional activity. Operate.
The central bank says US government debt is sound and there are no worries about the greenback's position as the leading international reserve currency. The statement comes as the bank is responding to what it says are market concerns about US bonds and the US dollar. According to the central bank, there are still no concerns about the US dollar's position as leading international reserve currency, as US public debt is stable and has good liquidity, and its function as a store of value is still favoured by investors. The central bank is also calling on the media and market commentators here in Taiwan not to speculate about the foreign exchange rate. The new Taiwan dollar has surged since last month against the US currency on speculation that Washington had asked Taipei to let it strengthen as part of tariff talks. The central bank, though, has repeatedly denied that the US ever made such a request.
Liquidity. Speculate. Reserve currency. Debt. Exchange rate. Surge.
Health officials and witnesses in Gaza say at least 31 people have been killed and over 170 wounded while on their way to receive food aid. Witnesses say Israeli forces fired on crowds around a 1-kilometer site from an aid site run by an Israeli-backed foundation. It's the deadliest incident yet around the new aid distribution system. It has operated for less than a week. Israel's military says its forces did not fire at civilians near or within the site, but fired warning shots at suspects. The foundation says it delivered aid at its sites without incident.
Witness. Distribution. Incident. Suspect. Civilian. Foundation.
The second wave of an investigation into public servants' Chinese IDs will target public school teachers and civil servants, according to the Interior Ministry. The Mainland Affairs Council earlier this month said that the first wave targeted teachers, military members, and government employees. The second stage will focus on civil servants and public school teachers, and some reports claim that it has already begun. Earlier this month, an influencer named Ouyang Nana claimed that she had been banned from Taiwan for life because she made comments advocating for the military annexation of Taiwan by China. But the MAC clarified that her claim was misinformation designed to undermine the people's trust in the government. Judiciary Yuan officials emphasized that Ouyang has not yet been found to have a Chinese ID card and therefore has not had her citizenship in Taiwan cancelled.
Civil servant. Annexation. Misinformation. Undermine. Citizenship. Clarify.
Taiwan has officially lifted age restrictions on imported Japanese beef, allowing beef from cattle of all ages to enter the country for the first time. The Food and Drug Administration says the revised regulations take effect immediately, removing the previous limit of under 30 months due to concerns over mad cow disease. FDA Director General Jiang Zhigang emphasized that the risk is extremely low, estimated at just one potential exposure per 150 million people. Japan hasn't reported a case of mad cow disease since 2009, and the World Organization for Animal Health classifies it as a negligible risk country. Japanese beef accounts for only 1.4% of Taiwan's beef imports. And the FDA said the vast majority, about 90%, comes from other countries like the US, Paraguay, and Australia. Officials stress that beef from any cattle suspected or confirmed to have mad cow disease or from the same herd remains strictly banned to protect public health.
Restriction. Import. Negligible. Exposure. Prohibit. Regulation.
Looking for the hottest music and exciting updates? Follow ICRT on YouTube and all social media!